Good afternoon, everybody. I hope that everybody is having a blessed day in the world, wherever you are in the world. And allow me to keep it real with y'all. This video right here is going to be like a part two to why blacks are being targeted. Because I did a video in the past about blacks being targeted. If you notice, a lot of blacks have been getting killed the past couple of years. And this is why I feel like blacks be getting killed. Some of these blacks be getting killed. One of the reasons why is because a lot of blacks are very wise and intelligent. Another reason why blacks be getting killed because they are prophets. Some of them are prophets. Another reason why a lot of black men and young black men and black women be getting killed is because they are leaders of men and leaders of women. They are revolutionary. And on top of that, they are against the government. And the Illuminati, they do not like those type of African American people, which is why those type of African American men and women get targeted by the Illuminati. And so many young African American men and women have lost their lives because blacks are being targeted. And far as these white cops, a lot of these white cops that you hear about killing black folk, a lot of these white cops are just Ku Klux Klan members that have infiltrated law enforcement. I'll say that again. A lot of these cops that are law enforcement are Ku Klux Klan members that have infiltrated law enforcement. And they have been killing black folks the last couple of years. Eric Garner was killed by white cops. Mike Brown was killed by white cops. Another black male that was killed by white cops. Malcolm Floyd was killed by a white police officer. Do you see a pattern here? Because I do. And these white cops that be killing unarmed black men and killing unarmed black women be talking about how they felt threatened or they felt like the person was going to harm them. How the fuck you gonna feel threatened by a black man, a black woman trying to harm you when, for one, you got a gun, a nightstick, and a taser, and two, the black men and black women that y'all racist cops be killing, be unarmed, and don't have no gun or no knife on them. So that's bullshit that you feel threatened that a black man or black woman is going to harm you when they don't even have a weapon on them to harm you with. Y'all just basically be killing unarmed black men and black women for no reason, all because you felt threatened when there's no reason. It was no reason for y'all to feel threatened and no reason for y'all to harm them in the first place. So when you hear about don't be surprised when you hear on the news about a black man or black woman being beaten to death with a nightstick by white cops, or hit with a taser by white cops, or shot with a gun by white cops. Because these white cops that be killing unarmed black men and unarmed black women, they have no reason to shoot them. These black men and black women are unarmed. And on top of that, they don't be doing nothing wrong. They just want to have a reason to shoot and kill people of my race, an excuse. Because a lot of these white cops that you hear about tasing black men or black women, or beating a African American man or African American woman brains in, or shooting a black man or unarmed black man or black woman, these cops that be doing these things, they are racist. They are racist. They're racist, and they don't like African American men. They are racist, and they do not like African American women either. And some may say, well, how can you say that? Because how can you say that one? Because they're law enforcement. Just because they're law enforcement does not mean that they're not racist. Just because they're law enforcement does not mean that they are not Ku Klux Klan racists and Ku Klux Klan members. Because even cops could be racist. Even cops could be racist and not like a black man, or not like a black woman. And one thing about it, one thing I noticed is when cops kill an unarmed black man or unarmed black woman, they're never held accountable. They're never held responsible. They never are. They get away with everything. They beat a young black man, a young black white woman brains in. They beat a young black man, a young black woman brains in. They get away with it. They tase a unarmed young black man or unarmed young black woman. They get away with it. They shoot and kill a young black man or a young black woman. They get unarmed young black. They shoot and kill a young unarmed black man or shoot and kill a young unarmed black woman, and they get away with it. But it don't surprise me. This does not surprise me though, because they've been getting away with harming blacks for years. They've been getting away with harming blacks for years. This does not surprise me. When they get away with beating a black man or black woman brains in, that don't surprise me. Because this been going on for years. When they tase a young black, unarmed young black man or young black woman and get away with it, it doesn't surprise me. Because this been going on for years. When they shoot and kill an unarmed black man or unarmed black woman, it don't surprise me, because this been going on for years. This been going on for years. So it doesn't surprise me at all. This is what they do. And they never held accountable. They're never held accountable for none of the shit that they do. But please believe, if a black man were to beat a white man brains in, or a black woman was to beat a white woman brains in, they would be getting the death sentence, the death penalty, or they would be doing life in prison. Meanwhile, when a white man kill a unarmed black man, or beat a unarmed black man brains in, or a white woman kill a black woman or beat a black woman brains in, or a cop kill an unarmed black man, an unarmed black woman, or beat an unarmed black man, or a white cop, male or female, beat a black man or black woman brains in, they get away with it. But if a black man, please believe, if a black man was to kill a white man, or a black woman was to kill a white woman, they would be getting the death penalty, or be doing life in prison. Meanwhile, white folks get away with every fucking thing that they do. They're never held accountable for none of the shit that they do. And if a black man or a black woman was to kill a white cop, don't matter whether it's male or female, we would be getting the death penalty. We would be getting a death penalty. And even if not getting a death penalty, we would be doing life in prison. Meanwhile, when the cops get away with killing unarmed blacks, they're never arrested. When they kill an unarmed black man or an unarmed black woman, these white cops that be beating black men, black woman brains in, or tasing young black and unarmed black men and unarmed black women with tasers, they never do time in prison. These white cops that be killing unarmed black men and unarmed black women, they're never fired from their job. They never lose their badge, their gun, and their nightstick. They're never fired from their job for killing unarmed black men or unarmed black woman. They're never held accountable for nothing that they do. But soon as a black man Soon as a black man harm a white person, oh, we got to face the consequences. Meanwhile, the white folk that harm black people, whether it's white folk that ain't law enforcement or it's white folks that are law enforcement, they never held accountable. They're never held responsible for nothing they do. They never have to deal with the consequences of nothing that they do. And quite honestly, to be quite honest, I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting sick and tired of white folk harming black people and these pigs harming black people, men and women, and not facing the consequences of their actions. And to be honest, to keep it all the way real, if I were a parent, if I was a father, and I had a teenage son, and I had a teenage daughter, I would be scared to let them leave the house. If I had a teenage son and I had a teenage daughter, I would be scared to let them leave the house because of how these white folks, not just regular white folks, but white cops too, how they constantly beating the brains in the black men and black males and black females, and constantly killing black men and black women. That is why I would be, if I were a father and I had a son and daughter, I would be worried and concerned they weren't gonna make it back home to me because of how racist these white folks are, some of these white folks are, and I'm not talking about all white folk. Let's make that perfectly clear. I'm not talking about all white folk. I'm talking about the racist white folk that kill unarmed black men and women, or beat the brains in of unarmed black men and women. The cops that are white, that are racist, that are Ku Klux Klan members, that are racist, that be beating the brains in of black men and black women and don't like black men and women and be killing unarmed black men and women. Them the white folk them are the white folk I'm talking about. I'm not talking about all white folk. And that is why I would be concerned to even let my child, my son or my daughter, leave the house, my teenage son or teenage daughter, leave the house to go somewhere if I were a father. Because I realize, I know how racist some of these white folk are. And how racist some of these cops are. And just because you a person who was a teenage kid, a teenage black boy, African American boy, or a teenage African American girl does not mean that these racist white folk are going to show compassion for them. But that's the reasons why I would be scared to let my child, my son or my daughter go somewhere. Because of how racist a lot of these white folks, not all white folk, not all pigs, just some white folks and some pigs. But I just had to make this video to keep it 100. I want to thank y'all for watching today's video and have a blessed day wherever you are in the world.